Is the Oklahoma City housing market about to crash? Or is this actually one of the best opportunities that we've seen in years? Because right now, buyers are gaining more power, inventory is on the rise, and there are some big things happening in Oklahoma City that could seriously impact home values. So if you're thinking about buying, selling, or even investing in 2026, you absolutely need to hear this. What's going on, guys? My name is Caleb Dobbs here with the Cactus Trails team in Oklahoma City, and my goal with these videos is very simple. I want to give you real, honest information so you can make confident choices and not emotional ones. So today I'll be breaking down exactly what is happening in the Oklahoma City real estate market and what it actually means for you. All right, let's start with the big picture. The Oklahoma City market is shifting. We're no longer in a crazy seller's market where homes are flying off the market. We have multiple offers way over asking. That market is gone. Now we're moving into a more balanced market. And really what this means is there are more homes available. Inventory has gone up and buyers finally have more options. And honestly, that's a great thing because for the first time in a long time, buyers actually have leverage again. Now, you might be wondering why this is happening, and I'd love to break it down for you, but there are really three main reasons. Number one, interest rates. When rates go up, buyers slow down. There's really a lot less urgency and a lot more hesitation, and generally they just have a lot more time to think. And number two is inventory. More homeowners are listing again and builders are still building. So instead of having just a few homes to choose from, buyers now have a lot more options. And finally, number three, buyer behavior. Buyers today are a lot more educated than they used to be. They're also a lot more cautious and they're not rushing into decisions like they were before, really because they have time to sit there and think about their decision. So with all of that combined, that is what is creating this more balanced market that you're starting to see. Now, let's talk about the thing that everybody cares about the most: prices and interest rates. Home prices in Oklahoma City, they hold steady. They're growing, but at a super normal pace. We're not seeing those crazy spikes anymore, but we're really not seeing a crash. We're seeing stability. And what that is a healthy market. Now, interest rates, yeah, they're higher than they used to be, and to be honest, they'll probably stay there for a bit, but I don't have a crystal ball. But here's the mindset shift. You can always refinance your rate. You can't refinance the price that you paid for the home. Now, let me tell you the biggest mistake that I'm starting to see in buyers right now, and it's a bad trend that we just gotta get away from. They're waiting and they're sitting on the sidelines thinking, what if prices drop? What if rates get better? And I get it. But here's the reality. When rates drop, more buyers jump back into the market. And when more buyers come back, competition goes up and prices usually follow. So sometimes waiting, not always, but sometimes waiting can actually cost you more. Now, if you're thinking about which areas to buy, I do have other videos on that I'd love for you to go watch, but there are a few that I'll mention here that are really standing out right now. And those are Mustang, Yukon, and more. Quickly, these areas are growing fast. You've got new construction, strong communities, good schools, and a solid affordability. So for first-time homebuyers especially, these are kind of the areas that you're going to want to keep your eye on. Now, let's make this real for a second. What does your money actually get you here? Now, if you're in that $250,000 to $350,000 range, you're typically looking at 3 to 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and anywhere from 15 to 2,500 square feet. And in areas like Mustang, Yukon, and more, like we talked about earlier, you can still find newer homes or really solid updated homes in that range. Now, compare that to bigger cities around the nation and you'll see why so many people are moving here. Your money just goes a lot further. Now, this is where things kind of get interesting. There's a big project being talked about called the Legends Tower. And if you don't know about it, you're about to. And if it happens the way it's planned, it could be literally the tallest building in the United States. We're talking apartments, condos, hotels, shopping. It's just a massive development in downtown Oklahoma City. And here's why that matters. When cities invest into downtown, property values around it tend to follow. So areas like Bricktown could see some serious growth over time, and that's the kind of thing that smart buyers and investors watch early. Now, let me give you something practical really quickly. If you own a home in Oklahoma and you have not filed your homestead exemption, you are leaving money on the table. That can save you hundreds or even thousands of dollars a year. Also, you might hear people talk about getting rid of property taxes, but realistically, that's complicated because of school funding. So please don't rely on that happening anytime soon, okay? So what does all of this actually mean for you? So let's break it down. Buyers, if you're a buyer, this is one of the best opportunities we've seen in a while. More inventory, less competition, and more room to negotiate. Kind of like we talked about a little bit earlier. And sellers, if you're a seller, you can still win, but the strategy matters more than ever. You have to price your home correctly. You have to present it correctly, and you have to market it correctly. And that's exactly what we focus on with our clients. We go deep into the property, understand every detail, position it to stand out on the market. And investors, if you're an investor, this is where you should start paying attention, because these stable markets plus growth equals lots of opportunity. Here's a quick example. I recently had a client who was debating on waiting. They weren't sure if they should buy now or hold off. We looked at the numbers, talked through the market, showed multiple homes, and they ended up deciding to move forward. Fast forward a few months, they got a home they love, they avoided competing with multiple offers, and if they would have waited and we ran the numbers now, they likely would have paid more for less house. And so this is just one of the quick examples of why waiting can sometimes hurt you more than it can help. Why work with an agent? Let me say this too. There are a lot of people out here that think that they can figure this out on their own, but real estate is a huge decision. And I'm sure you could figure it out on your own, but there's a lot of pricing, negotiations, contracts, inspections, and a lot that can go wrong without proper guidance. And I've seen it happen so many times. So that's why having somebody in your corner who understands the market and walks you through every step, it makes a massive difference. So if you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing this year, let's just have a conversation. There's no pressure, there's no sales pitch, just real advice based on your current situation. You can call me, text me, hit the link, send me a DM, whatever makes you comfortable. I would love to sit down and talk with you. And if this video has helped you, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment OKC, and I'll personally send you a breakdown of your specific price range. I truly believe that Oklahoma City is one of the most underrated markets you'll see right now, and I'd love to help all of you take advantage of it. I'll see you in the next video.